Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you. We welcome you. We welcome you
Yes.
to our first TV debut. As you all know, you may listen to us each and every Saturday on Phocuz Radio. But we have now expanded as of October the 2nd, 2018, 10 p.m. on the dot. Phocuz TV.
Yes.
And y'all already know what it is. I'm your host with the most, Phocuz Phil of Phocuz TV. And I'll pass the mic along to
Black Rose of
Queen
Phocuz
of the
TV.
Dead.
Thank you so much, y'all, for tuning in to our first debut on WBGR Network. We have something exciting for you. Just tune in and work with us.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. And to my right, we have the other Queen of the Dead. And
Yes.
I'll let her introduce herself.
This is Angela Taylor, a.k.a. A21. Always remember, attitude is absolutely everything. And 21 is the number of days that experts say it takes for you to change yours. Life is serious business. So my segment primarily is edutainment. So with that, I'm going to pass the mic back over to Phocuz.
So we're going to do this thing each and every Tuesday. Now, tonight the show started at 10 p.m. Next Tuesday, we will start at 8:30 to 9:30. So just wanted to let all of my viewers know that information. But I want to say thank you for supporting us. It's been a long road, and we still have a long way to go. So once again, I want to welcome you all to Phocuz TV. We have a special guest in the building coming up tonight at the top of the hour, 10:31. Felicia Cook. If you all have been paying attention to the screen behind us, you've been seeing a young man by the name of Marty McMillan, who's her grandson. And Marty McMillan had went missing and was later found murdered. Miss Cook has been in a fight, and I mean a serious fight, and we have supported her since day one on Phocuz Radio. So now on expansion, we've brought her along on Phocuz TV to tell her story for all of our new viewers tonight on Phocuz TV. So with that said, I'll pass the mic along back to Rose. Anything you want to say? First night on TV.
I'm just excited, to be able to, bring focus to TV. It's so many things going on in the communities, abroad. And we have a lot of information, to offer our communities, and I'm just proud to, be able to be a part in helping these families get justice, for their murdered and missing, so to be able to, put it on this scale, is something great, because we don't have that anymore,
You're right.
in out here
Right.
in TV land anymore. They have taken all of those, websites down and, taking everything off of TV. So we don't have a platform for our murder, for our missing. So this is very important,
Crucial.
So I wish, all of y'all out there in TV land, just tune in. Every week we're going to have, we're going to air a different case, and I want y'all to tune in, and I want y'all to help these families fight for justice.
Yes, indeed.
Great stuff. Mrs. Taylor.
Yes, sir. Well, my thing is, my passion in life is educating the community about politics and voting, because people don't seem to realize that more powerful than any bullet that they can fire or any weapon that they can purchase is their right to vote.
Yes.
But far too many of us just don't know, the process. They've taken civics and government out of schools, and I'm very proud and pleased that Phocuz and Rose have asked me to share this platform so I can educate the masses as much as possible, and help you educate the folks in your family to know the power that you have just in your vote. So with that.
With that said, we also have the business segment. A21, as you may have seen on the background here, A21 is for attitude, and 21 days to get your together. And you know what the other two dots stand for, right? But yeah, so we have a business segment, and the business segment basically is a platform to educate everyone on every level, any age. So A21 is brought to you by Angela Taylor on Phocuz TV. And with that said, we're going to get right into the business segment. A21 with Angela Taylor.
Yes, indeed. I want to remind folks, because we did air it on Saturday, but for folks who may not have picked up our show on Saturday, the tax laws that we've been telling you guys about for the past years, that tax package that Donald Trump passed is going to really kill the small business person and the home-based business person. Because whereas over the years you've been able to write off things and get your refund and reinvest it in your business to help it grow, because of that tax package that was passed in February, 2018, you no longer have that. Now you will be able to, according to the IRS code, still itemize and document the expenses that it takes for you to grow your business. However, you will not be able to subtract it until you make a profit.
Wow.
So a lot of small businesses I know are going to go out of business. It's sad, but it is very true. So keep in mind, you guys because I know folks who have not filed taxes in a couple of years, get those taxes filed, because you still, if you 2017 and before, you can still deduct those things. But as of 2018, you will no longer be able to deduct anything in terms of getting the write-off, the refund, and be able to reinvest. All you're going to be able to do is subtract once you make a profit. So you might want to, seriously think about a more not concise, but a business plan. Plan what you want to do, focus on it, and advance and grow your business that way. Because again, the home-based business for 2018 is kind of out the window. Now, with the elections coming up on November the 6th, if we get the right people in Congress, we'll be able to petition them to change it back. But that's not going to happen until 2019. So just keep that in mind, folks. Put a couple extra quarters away so you will be able to pay your taxes, because everybody knows that the IRS don't play when it comes to you owing them money.
Right.
So plan for those kinds of things. I often tell folks that when you are developing and advancing and growing a business, you need to be real serious about it. You need to go through your phone and get rid of those people who are not encouraging you or supporting your vision. Friends do one of two things. They're like elevators. They either take you up or they bring you down. So get rid of your dead weight, because we're going to have to be laser focused as long as the idiot in chief is in office. We're going to have to be laser focused on everything that we do. And that comes from, the business to the community, even to your home, because they're trying to get into your home too. And we'll talk a little more about that next week.
I wanted to ask you, Mrs. Taylor. Now, as far as with the tax laws being changed, they'll be changing the paperwork. Also, when you file, right? When you can't use those items or deduct anymore.
Well, what it is, they'll still have the schedules and the small business forms, but you, as a small business owner or a home-based business owner, won't be able to deduct the square footage and that kind of thing. You won't be. Wait a minute. Let me take that back. You'll be able to deduct it. You have to keep a record of it, but it really won't count. It really is not going to put any money in your pocket until you make a profit.
Right.
And then you can, subtract it from that.
Where did you get your most money from in a small business when you're filing taxes, as far as the tax deductible?
For me personally, the square footage on my house,
Okay.
the mileage, because I did a lot of driving. You know, I had people who had I had business partners, excuse me, across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, had them in Philadelphia, that kind of thing. So I would drive in and do presentations and that kind of thing for them. If I had to jump on an airplane, you know, deducted that travel as well.
Okay.
So, now, I do want to, can I talk about Kavanaugh just a little bit? Okay, because we're talking a little bit about...
this is the politicians that's getting in trouble for high school, right? I just want to be, for sure.
The Supreme Court Justice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I was reading earlier today that a senator from Montana is going to vote no, but as I was looking at the news coming out the door, Mitch McConnell's trying to push that through. And the FBI is saying that they're going to be finished their investigation maybe tonight. And even the woman, Dr. Ford, nobody's contacted her. She hasn't been interviewed. So my thinking is they're going to try to ram and railroad this through. Now,
and this goes down tonight.
Yeah, Supreme Court justices are supposed to be nonpartisan, and I don't know if you guys saw the hearing. That man, I mean, he was a Trump twin. He was like a petulant 3-year-old. He was being so disrespectful, that kind of thing. Now, and you know, you guys know, it was really disturbing. Now, I've worked with lawyers before, and the ABA has a code of conduct, and I just copied it for the model code of for judicial conduct. Yeah, a judge shall act at all times in a manner that promotes public confidence in the independence, integrity, and impartiality of the judiciary, and shall avoid impropriety and the appearance of impropriety. Now, anybody that saw a piece of anything that he says knows that everything that this code of conduct mandates from folks, lawyers and judges and that kind of thing, went out the window with him. And as I said, a Supreme Court judge is not supposed to be partisan. He's not supposed to lean one way or another. He's supposed to be able to be objective. And this man was just throwing the Clintons and everything. He was throwing everything at the Senate but the kitchen sink. And those senators, Grassley, Orrin Hatch, those Republican senators especially, were allowing him to get away with that. So it just seems to me that our only recourse will be, I'm ever so prayerful that he will not get in, that some of those folks will grow a conscience. But in the event that he does, people are saying, well, once he's in, he's in. He can be impeached just like the president.
Right.
But so, again, folks, register to vote, get out and vote, and we're going to talk about those. Do I have time to talk about those specifics now?
Let's talk.
Okay,
Yes.
All right, well, let me talk.
We're on TV.
Okay.
Yes, we got to take up this time.
Okay, it is so not a problem.
Right.
Now, I know that folks, because I've been running across folks who had been locked up or had some problems with the law in the past, who really believe that they cannot vote. And ladies and gentlemen, you can. Now, on Saturday, we had a caller because I said, what did I say on Saturday? That folks convicted of felonies are ineligible while incarcerated, on parole, or on probation. Voting rights are automatically restored 2 years after the completion of all supervised release, except for if you're convicted of treason. Ex-offenders should re-register to vote. Now, as I've told you guys, from time to time on the show, that, federal law is applicable across the board in all 50 states, but state law can fluctuate from state to state. And we had somebody who called in who said that, the information was bad. And technically she was correct because she lived in D.C. And D.C., you don't have to wait for parole or probation. As soon as they're restored as soon as you get out of prison. So all of you guys who have family members who are ex-felons, I encourage you to go to procon.org. That's P as in Paul, R-O, C as in Charlie, O, N as in Nancy.org, and get the information. And please pass it along, because as I often say, that this election that we're having now, this November the 6th election, is a matter of life and death. Democracy is on the ballot. And for you guys who sat out the 2016 election because you couldn't vote for Trump or Hillary Clinton, and if Bernie wasn't on the ballot, you just stayed home. And then you may have sat out the primaries because there's little turnout in primaries historically. That's 2 election cycles. So you really want to call your Board of Elections in your particular state to make sure that you are registered to vote. Because in 2016, Ohio purged folks from the registrations because they missed 2 election cycles. Those folks went all the way up to the Supreme Court, and their decision to purge was upheld. So again, that's 2 election cycles. If you miss it, there's a strong possibility that you are not on the rolls. So please, please, please call the Board of Election in your state. If you're in the state of Maryland, I think you can register up to October 16. You can register up to October 16 online. And I don't want to give you bad information, but just go to Board of Elections, pull down your state, and you get the particulars, so you get the information firsthand. Make sure that each and every person in your family who is of voting age gets registered and shows up to vote. As I said, our lives depend on it. We've got folks who are running in the state of Maryland. Now, I don't know if you saw that on the internet that Obama endorsed Ben Jealous. That's how they're putting it out there.
Yeah.
But Obama endorsed Democrats all across the board. All across the board.
He does.
So I would also encourage you guys to vet folks before you vote, because I saw some troubling information that was promoting Ben Jealous, and I get that. They said that Hogan he had vetoed voting rights for felons.
Right.
And that wasn't the whole story. What he vetoed was, he wanted to let it stay like it was. Like if Maryland, like on here, Maryland is, what does it say? Whatever it says for Maryland.
Maryland is
what
vote
color?
restored after prison.
No, that's 15 states. What color? Let's see what color. What color is Maryland?
Will be,
Maryland's light blue.
That light blue.
Light blue.
Oh, vote restored. Yeah. The vote restored after 15.
Okay.
15
Yeah.
states.
But he didn't want to. I don't know what the change was, but he just didn't want that to change. But the way that they put it out there was that he didn't want folks who were convicted of crimes to vote, and that's how they promoted it. And to my mind,
Wow.
that's a dirty trick. I mean, that's why people don't trust the system as it is, because they get so many side stories. It's so much dishonesty, or you tell half truth.
Right.
And you don't have to cheat to win.
You know, politics is a dirty game. It really is. You see